Good morning, everybody. How are you? Is everything happy? Is everybody is happy? Happy as well as safe at your homes. God bless you, my all dear students. Myself, SP Sir, from Shubhraj Singh Children Academy. Once again, welcome in my YouTube channel. Dear students, today that is on 29th of September 2020 sorry 29th September 2020. Dear students, in our today's 11th business studies lecture, as all of you are aware that in business studies we have started a chapter, that is chapter number 7. What is that? Yes, sources of business finance. In this chapter, my dear students, if all of you have been watching my videos regularly, then you must be knowing that in my last video lecture I had taught you what borrowed funds, and in that we had studied debentures. Yes or no? Definitely. And later on we discussed about the merits of debentures. So like this, the question which we had studied in this chapter, we can say that it was merits of debentures. My dear students, all these video lectures are the continuation of the borrowed funds itself. Under the heading borrowed funds, the first video was on trade credits, that is short-term borrowings. Then in the same video lecture, we learned public deposits, that is medium-term borrowings. And then under the same heading, that is borrowed funds, I started debentures as long-term source of borrowing. In that, so far, we have come up to merits of debentures. In debentures, first we learn about meaning and definition of debentures, separate video lecture. Then we studied about features of debentures, separate video lecture is there. And last video lecture was on merits of debentures. So like this, I had covered till now borrowed funds. And once again today, this video lecture is also devoted to the borrowed funds itself. Still the topic is same, that is borrowed funds. And as I told you that in the last video lecture we had studied the merits of debentures, and today in this video lecture we are going to study the demerits, that is disadvantages of debentures. So let's start with this borrowed funds. And in borrowed funds we are learning long-term source, or we can say that long-term sources of business, long-term sources of business finance, long-term sources of business finance. and in this, as I told you, that we have started debentures. We have started debentures, and in debentures, as you are already informed in the same video lecture, that first we learned about that meaning and definition of debentures, the first video lecture, and the second one was on features of debentures, and third one was on the features of features of debentures. Then later on we learn about the features of debentures, means meaning and definition, separate video lecture, then features, separate video lecture, and merits of debentures, separate video lecture was studied, was given to you, was delivered to you. And once again, as I told you, why I am reminding this many times you people, because chances are there that one should get confused. That's why, to avoid your confusion, again and again I am reminding you to make you clear that what we are learning. Okay, so borrowed funds and debentures, and in borrowed funds, what we are learning? We are learning long-term sources of business finance, and in that, in long-term sources of business finance, we have been learning debentures from last 3 video lectures. It is the 4th video lecture on debentures itself. So let's start with this. As I told you that last video lecture was on merits of debentures. So it is on demerits, or we can say that disadvantages of debentures. So my dear students, attend your place everybody. We are going to start today's discussion, and the first point is fixed obligation. Fixed obligation, demerits का ये पहला point, fixed obligation. Dear students, fixed obligation, if you are clear, attend here please everybody. Yes dear students, attend here. If you are clear about the meaning, definition and features as well as merits of debentures, if you have not watched these videos, this video lecture, then my suggestion that you go on and watch these earlier videos, then only you will be able to understand the demerits of debentures. Otherwise there will be some sort of doubts or confusions. No doubt my teaching style is like that only, that continuously I try to link with the earlier topics which were already being taught. Anyway, so the fixed obligation. So I was saying that in the features of debentures as well as in meaning of debentures, we had studied that debenture holders get fixed rate of interest. What did I say? Debenture holders get fixed rate of interest as return on their investment. Did you listen it properly? What did I say? Debenture holders means, suppose you have invested your money in debentures. What does this mean? That you have purchased debentures of a company. You are debenture holder of the company. So what does this mean, that you are debenture holder of the company? It means that you are a creditor of the company. The company has borrowed funds from you. That is nothing but the money which you have invested in the debentures. So since you are creditor of the company, you have purchased borrowed funds, that is debentures. You have purchased debentures, so the company will pay you fixed rate of interest. Same if you think from company side, same if you think from company side, what I'm saying, you are debenture holder, no doubt in that, and the company is going to pay you fixed rate of interest. So it is written for you, it's income for you. But if you think from company side, if you're thinking that it's a fixed obligation, same which I told you that debenture holders get fixed rate of interest. Now the question is, why it is said obligation? What is the meaning of obligation over here? Obligation, the simple word meaning is burden. What did I say? Burden. B-U-R-D-E-N. Obligation means burden. From company side, if you think that it is a burden on the company that they have to pay. As dear students, I was saying that if you think from company side, then it's an obligation on them. The company must have to pay the interest, fixed rate of interest every year in the sense up to which year they have to pay. Same I have discussed with you earlier also. Listen to me once again. Whenever debentures are issued for fixed period of time. Say for example 6% debentures issued for 5 years. Who is issuing debentures? Any company, say for example ABC Company Limited. ABC Company Limited is issuing debentures. What does this debenture name? Debenture name is 6% debentures and it is issued for 5 years. Suppose you have purchased those debentures. You purchased means what? You invested that much amount in the company. Since it is issued for 5 years, it means that up to 5 years you are going to receive the 6% interest on the principal amount which you have invested in the company, and at the end of the 5th year the company will redeem debentures. The company will redeem debentures means company will repay, company will refund. The company will refund the invested amount to the debenture holder. Anyway, these things we have discussed. So over here I was saying that fixed obligation means burden. It is burden on the company that either the company is running into losses or the company is earning profit. In both the cases it is burden, it is obligation, it is mandatory, it is compulsory for the company that company must pay interest to the debenture holders. So it is disadvantages. Why disadvantages? Because even in case of loss also the company must pay the said rate of interest to the debenture holders because they are creditors of the company. ये सेम वैसा ही है जैसा कि आपने किसी को लोन दिया और आपने बोला कि ये मैं आपको 6% पे लोन दे रहा हूँ, तो अब सामने वाला वो पैसे का क्या करता है वो आपका जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, आप तो उससे 6% इंटरेस्ट वो वसूलने ही वाले हैं, एज वेल एज जितने साल के लिए दिया था उतने साल के बाद आप अपना पैसा वापस लेंगे ही। सेम वैसे यहाँ पे भी है। यस, इट इज़ अ fixed obligation, means fixed burden on the company that company must pay the promised rate of interest, as well as the company will have to redeem. Redeem means what? Refund the invested amount of the debenture holders on the expiry of the mentioned period. So I think this first point is clear to all of you. Okay. Now the second point which we are going to learn is reduction in credibility. reduction. Second point of the demerits is reduction in credibility, reduction in the credibility. Once again we have to think from company's point of view. My dear students, एक चीज होती है जिसको बोलते हैं क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस, क्रेडिबिलिटी. अब इसको समझने के लिए मैं आपको एक सिंपल सा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. सपोज आप ऐसे ही दोपहर के टाइम पे या शाम के टाइम पर मार्केट में हैं, आपके अपने मार्केट में, और कोई तो भी एक अनजान व्यक्ति आपके पास आता है और बोलता है कि अगर आपके पास ₹500 है, 500 रुपये है, तो आप मुझे क्रेडिट दे दीजिए. क्रेडिट का मतलब उधार दे दीजिए, मैं आपको कल शाम को वापस कर दूंगा. एग्जाम्पल पे ध्यान देना. यू आर इन योर मार्केट एंड suddenly a person comes and asks for ₹500 as credit, and he says that by tomorrow evening I will return it to you. Now the question up to you, that will you give him ₹500 as credit, udhar, or not? The answer of this question is very simple. सपोज आप वो पर्सन को अगर आप जानते हैं जो पैसा आपसे मांग रहा है उधार मार्केट में, अगर आप उस पर्सन को जानते हैं, प्लस अगर वो पर्सन का इनकम अच्छा खासा है या घर का वो अच्छा व्यक्ति है, मजबूत व्यक्ति है, उसके घर में हमेशा पैसे रहते हैं, या उसका रेगुलर कुछ सोर्स ऑफ इनकम है, चाहे वो कहीं पे जॉब करता हो या उसका अपना बिजनेस है. कहने का मतलब क्या है, आप भी वो 500 रुपये देने से पहले दिमाग में ये बात को सोचेंगे कि वापस मिलेगा या नहीं मिलेगा. अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ ये पर्सन ऐसा है कि 500 रुपये कल शाम तक मुझे लौटा देगा, तो आप उसको 500 रुपये दे देंगे आसानी से. लेकिन अगर कहीं पे वो पर्सन ऐसा है कि उसका कुछ अपना इनकम का ठिकाना ही नहीं, उसका अपना इनकम का ठिकाना ही नहीं है, घर का बहुत गरीब है, दूसरों से उधार मांग के काम हमेशा चलाता है, और उसके ऊपर बहुत सारा बाकी लोगों का लोन है, कर्जा है, तो ऐसे पर्सन को आप वो 500 रुपये उधार देने से डरेंगे? यस और नो? डरेंगे या नहीं? मतलब आपके मन में ये सवाल होगा कि मुझे मेरा 500 रुपया वापस मिलेगा या नहीं. सेम थिंग इज अप्लाइड ओवर हियर. व्हाट इज दैट? रिडक्शन इन क्रेडिबिलिटी, दैट इज क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस ऑफ द कंपनी इन द मार्केट. सच कंपनी विच हैज लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ borrowed funds, listen to me very carefully. Such company which has large amount of borrowed funds means which has issued large amount of debentures. Already they have borrowed lots of amount from the public or from the market. So such companies' credit worthiness reduces. Such companies' credit worthiness, or we can say that credibility reduces in the eyes of investors or banks or financial institutes, or in the eyes of other the prospective investors or other creditors, those who have not yet given credit to the company. Means what? The न्यू क्रेडिटर, द प्रोस्पेक्टिव क्रेडिटर, जो अभी क्रेडिटर बना नहीं है लेकिन जो कंपनी को फंड्स दे सकता है, लोन दे सकता है, ऐसा बैंक या ऐसा फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस या फिर इवन द पब्लिक, वो भी इस बात को देखेगी कि हाँ सो एंड सो कंपनी के पास तो बहुत बोरोड फंड्स है, बहुत बोरोड फंड्स है, मतलब उनका लायबिलिटीज़ पहले से बहुत ज़्यादा है, उनका जो ऑब्लिगेशन है, फिक्स्ड ऑब्लिगेशन, ये पहले से ही बहुत ज़्यादा है। तो ऐसा कंपनी में और ज़्यादा का लोन और ज़्यादा का क्रेडिट या फिर और ज़्यादा का इन्वेस्टमेंट डिबेंचर्स में लोग नहीं करना चाहेंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि लोगों के मन में ये बात का डाउट होगा कि इनके पास तो पहले से इतना बोरोड फंड्स है, पहले से इन्होंने मार्केट से इतना पैसा उठाया हुआ है, अब हम भी अगर बोरोड फंड्स में पैसा लगा देंगे, हम भी डिबेंचर्स खरीद लेंगे या म्यूचुअल फंड्स खरीद लेंगे या हम भी बॉन्ड्स खरीद लेंगे, तो हो सकता है कल चल के ये the company will not be in position to repay our principal amount or to pay us the promised rate of interest. So what is conclusion of all these discussions? The conclusion of all this discussion is that due to borrowed funds, large number of borrowed funds or large number of issue of debentures, the credibility, or we can say that the credit worthiness of the company reduces in the market. The third one which we are going to discuss as demerits of debentures is charge on assets. Charge on assets. My dear students, whenever any company issues debentures, listen to me very carefully, whenever any company issues debentures, so there are different types of debentures also. Means debentures can be issued in different types. Say for example, secured debentures, unsecured debentures. Main two types, secured and unsecured debentures. So normally what happens, if any company is issuing secured debentures, so they will get the tremendous response from the investors. But if those debentures are unsecured, then chances are there that the company will not get that much response from the company. What does this mean? Secured debentures means the debentures which company is issuing. Listen to me very carefully. Secured, what I am saying, I am writing over here. Secured debentures. Secured debentures. It is one of the types of debentures. So what does this mean? Secured debentures means such debentures which are issued under the security of assets. Means the charge of the assets, that is fixed assets of the company, is given to the debenture holders. What did I say? Secured debentures means they are secured against the assets of the company. ये सेम वैसा ही है जैसा कि आप बैंक में लोन लेने गए तो बैंक आपको बोलेगी आप हमारे पास कुछ ना कुछ मॉर्गेज करो मतलब हमारे पास गिरवी रखो, फिर उसका अगेंस्ट में हम आपको लोन देंगे। सेम सेंस यहाँ पे भी है। सिक्योर्ड डिबेंचर्स मीन्स द कंपनी हैज given its fixed assets. Listen to me. The company has given its fixed assets as security to the debenture holders. Means what? Charge of the assets is lying with the debenture holders, and if in case the company is unable to pay the promised rate of interest as well as the invested amount to the debenture holders, then in such a case the debenture holders will have rights to sell the assets of the company, and by selling the assets of the company, debenture holders will recover their invested amounts, because ultimately they are creditors of the company. So my dear students, same thing is discussed as demerits over here. Charge on assets means what? It is demerits, it is disadvantages of the debentures, that whenever company issues debentures, mostly those debentures are secured debentures, and company will have to give the charge of its fixed assets to the debenture holders. Got it, everybody? So next one, no voting rights. This was already discussed in features as well as in merits of the debenture holders. Once again, over here we are learning as demerits, that is no voting rights, no voting rights, no voting rights, no voting rights. My dear students, same point which I have written over here as no voting rights, it is already been covered in features as well as in merits of the debentures. What is this? No voting rights. Simple meaning of this, that debenture holders do not enjoy voting rights. This point we are explaining from the point of view of debenture holders, means the answer or the meaning of this point you will get only when you will think from debenture holders side. Over here we are not thinking from company side, we are thinking from debenture holders side. You assume yourself as debenture holder and think about this point. Since you are creditor of the company, since you are debenture holder of the company, you do not enjoy voting rights. Normally what happens in case of shares, especially in case of equity shareholders enjoy voting rights. Equity shareholders enjoy voting rights. Because of that, they can attend shareholders meeting and they can appoint their representatives called board of directors to look after the management of the company. And in case of this, we say that the control of the company is ultimately in the hands of the shareholders. Why so? Because they are the owners of the company. But in case of debentures, there is no such plus point. Debenture holders are creditors of the company. They do not enjoy voting rights. It means that they cannot control the company, neither themselves nor through their representatives. Like shareholders appoint their representatives to look after the management of the company, that is board of directors. So I think so far we have discussed the 4 disadvantages. First one, we discussed fixed obligations, that is a fixed burden on the company, that company is bound to pay the promised rate of interest, as well as company is bound to redeem, that is refund the invested amount of the debenture holders on expiry of stipulated period of time. Then second one we discuss reduction in credibility. What does this mean? Here we talk about the credit worthiness of the company, that because of large number of issue of debentures, that is borrowed funds, the credit worthiness of the company in the market is get reduced. Means such a company who has lot of borrowed funds, in that the future investors, or we can say that the prospective investors, they are not willing to invest in such a company, because already that company has borrowed lot of funds from the market. Charge on assets. In this point of disadvantages, I gave you the example of secured debentures, that secured debentures are such debentures where the charge of the assets is given to the debenture holders. What does this mean? This means that in case the company is unable to repay, either in case the company is unable to pay the promised rate of interest as well as the invested amount to the debenture holders, then in such a case debenture holders have every right to sell the assets of the company and they can recover the invested amount. Then we discussed about no voting rights. Just now we discussed it. My dear students, I think all the 4 points are clear. One more point, because minimum 5 points are expected. One more the point can be covered over here, that is risk. So this point also we think from the debenture holders side. If we compare shareholders as well as debenture holders, then where is more risk? So we say that in case of debentures, there is a minimum risk. In case of debentures, shareholders are the primary risk bearers of the company. No doubt that shareholders are the primary risk bearers of the company. Over here the risk is minimum, but my dear students, if the company's position is not so well, if the company's position is not so well, then everybody is in the risk, either the shareholders or the debenture holders. Anyway, I think all the points of demerits of debentures are clear to all of you. Dear students, whatever is being taught you through the video lectures, it goes without saying as homework that you watch these video lectures again and again, and whatever topic or whatever question is covered in the video lecture, you have to write it down in your notebooks. Many a times it happens that while taking video lectures, we do not mention such things, but it goes without saying that only watching the videos is not sufficient. You are required to do the writing practice also. So you go as per video lectures, that say for example today I taught you the demerits of debentures. So after watching the video, you sit with your pen and notebook and start writing that whatever is discussed in the lecture point wise, serially. So means watching the videos, listening my lectures as well as writing practice, these things you have to do at your homes. Then only there will be some benefit of the video lectures. Okay, so if any doubt, you may write in comment box or you may WhatsApp me. I have given you WhatsApp number 9987326110, or you may call me upon 919898 5928. And at last I would say that don't forget to like, share as well as comment. Okay, thank you very much for kind cooperation. Enjoy yourself.